Good evening. I'd like to formally welcome everyone, including members of the gallery and the press, to this council meeting. My name is Stephen Sagona and I'm the Interim Chief Executive Officer of the Golden Plains Shire Council. Tonight this council meeting is taking place within the council chambers at the Golden Plains Civic Centre here in Bannockburn and is open to the public. The meeting is being live streamed in accordance with council's governance rules. And I welcome any viewers who might be joining us online tonight. As the meeting is open to the public to attend, if the live stream ceases at any time, the meeting will continue. And just on that note, I will just note that we do have a media presence here tonight. There may be some photos being taken and some video footage. And I have consented to this occurring in accordance with the governance rules as the chair of the meeting, but just to make members of the gallery aware of that. I'll move to the acknowledgement of country. Golden Plains Shire spans the traditional lands of the Wadawurrung and Eastern Maar people. Council acknowledges them as the traditional owners and custodians and pays its respects to both Wadawurrung and Eastern Maar elders, past, present and emerging. Council extends that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are part of Golden Plains Shire. And we now move into apologies and leave of absence. The Mayor, Councillor Sarah Hayden, has requested a leave of absence. Are there any other apologies or requests for leave of absence, councillors? No. And so the recommendation is that Council approve the leave of absence request from Councillor Hayden. Can I have a mover? Councillor Robbins, a seconder. Councillor Sharkey. I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Councillors, due to the leave of absence of Mayor Sarah Hayden, we will now proceed with the term of appointment and election of an acting mayor. I have a recommendation, and that is that Council appoints an acting mayor for a period ending on the day before the mayor returns from leave. I have a mover of that motion. Councillor Sharkey, a seconder. Councillor Kirby. Mover, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Really procedural, and we hope that Councillor Hayden has a speedy return after what has been a difficult few weeks.
Thank you. Seconder, do you wish to speak to the motion? Well, not right at this stage. That might be a question for a council. It's a good question, but it's perhaps a question for the council at another time. This particular motion that Councillor Sharkey has moved and you've seconded is that council appoints an acting mayor until such time or the day before the mayor returns from leave. Are there any councillors who wish to speak against the motion? No. That being the case, I will put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. And so we now move to the election of the acting mayor. The election of the acting mayor is not and does not require a resolution as such. Instead, it is an election process that is stipulated in the governance rules in accordance with the Local Government Act 2020. The votes cast by each councillor are recorded in the minutes regardless of whether or not a division is called. And in accordance with Council's governance rules, all nominations for the position of acting mayor were required to be submitted to me as the interim CEO in writing and that date was yesterday, 2 p.m, Monday the 21st of April. So, councillors, we have 2 nominations for the position of Acting Mayor. I'll now read the names of the councillors who have been nominated and ask if they accept the nominations. Nominations do not require a seconder. Councillors, once you accept your nomination, you are considered a candidate and you can no longer withdraw your candidature through this process. And so the 2 nominees in the order that they were submitted are Councillor Robbins and Councillor Gamble. Councillor Robbins, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Thank you. Councillor Gamble, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Each candidate now has the opportunity to address the council for up to 5 minutes about their candidacy for acting mayor. No questions or debate will be permitted following candidate speeches. And an alarm will sound at the 5-minute mark, at which point the candidates will be asked to conclude. So, Councillor Robbins, you may speak first.
Councillors, as we navigate what lies ahead, it is crucial that Golden Plains Shire Council maintains stability and continues to serve the community effectively. We have some key outcomes and deadlines to achieve, and I look forward to continuing the work. Tonight we need to elect an acting mayor to serve during Mayor Hayden's absence. I urge you to consider me for the role. Over the past 5 months, you have come to know me as a colleague who serves the Shire with diligence, intelligence and courtesy. I show up in the chamber prepared and informed. My contributions are constructive and collaborative, and I actively strive to keep our team focused on the best outcome. Although I'm in my first term as a councillor, I bring a wealth of experience and skills from my educational and professional background. Having studied a Bachelor of Laws and Graduate Diploma of Legal Practice, I have a strong understanding of the legal underpinnings of the work done by council, as well as skills in advocacy and negotiation. I've worked in the public service and completed a Diploma of Government. I have a strong understanding of policy development and government decision making. As a technology consultant, I've worked with clients on budgets, strategy, risk and governance, and I'm used to managing a team. My active involvement in the Smythesdale Fire Brigade speaks to my dedication to serving others and my understanding of local needs. I am compassionate and tough enough to stand up for what matters. Electing me as acting mayor will send a strong message that Golden Plains Shire Council is committed to professionalism, respect and effective governance. I will lead us through this period with strength and integrity so we can focus on achieving the best outcomes for the communities we serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Robbins. Councillor Gamble, would you like to now speak?
Thank you. Fellow councillors, if elected as acting mayor, I give my commitment to do my best in the interests of the Shire, our community and the council. I've had the privilege and experience of being the mayor in 2022, a state and a federal election year with the floods and the train derailment. I was also the deputy mayor in 2023. I give my commitment to listen and speak with all councillors. I give my commitment to work hard, be open, positive, and do the best for our Shire and our councillor group until Mayor Hayden comes back. I believe I have the experience and personality to coalesce the councillor group and provide stability. In the event I am not successful, I give my commitment to work with and support the elected acting mayor and do the best for the Shire and our councillor group until Mayor Hayden returns. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Gamble. Councillors, we will now move on to the voting. Noting that under the Local Government Act 2020, a candidate must receive an absolute majority of votes to be elected. And so in our case tonight, this is 4 votes. And I note that under Rule 55.4, any councillor who abstains from voting will be taken to have voted against the question. We'll now move to the voting, and again in the order of receipt of nominations. So I call for a show of hands for councillors wishing to vote for Councillor Robbins as acting mayor. Councillor Robbins, Councillor Sharkey, Councillor Phelan. Now I call for a show of hands for councillors wishing to vote for Councillor Gamble as acting mayor. Councillor Gamble, Councillor Kirby, Councillor Cunningham. Councillors, as neither candidate has received an absolute majority of votes, under the governance rules, we will move to a second vote. And I have been clear to explain to councillors today how this matter may play out from here, that being that if there is no absolute majority secured by either of the candidates in this round of voting, then we essentially adjourn the meeting and try again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So, councillors, I call now for a show of hands for Councillor Robbins as acting mayor. Councillor Robbins, Councillor Sharkey, Councillor Phelan. And I call for a show of hands for Councillor Gamble as acting mayor. Councillor Gamble, Councillor Kirby, Councillor Cunningham. As we have not obtained an absolute majority for any candidate, in accordance with the Local Government Act 2020 and Council's governance rules, I will call for a resolution now to conduct a new election at a new council meeting at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. As a result, the nominations for acting mayor, tonight's nominations are void, and if anybody wishes to nominate for that process, either of the two councillors or any other councillor, you are required to submit your nomination in writing to me by no later than 12 noon tomorrow, and then the normal process will apply as it has done today. So the motion is, so we're now looking for a motion to discontinue tonight's meeting and to return at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. This is a procedural motion, and so there is no room for debate. Do I have a mover?
I have the opportunity to ask a question.
Procedural motion?
Just with regards to coming back to tomorrow, we don't have the option to pull lots or flip a corner or anything like that at tonight's meeting?
No, the governance rules don't provide for a flipping of a coin or you know, taking names out of a hat. Those processes are in the local, are in our governance rules for situations where, as part of an election process, there are multiple candidates, and to enable somebody to get an absolute majority, it's used as a way to eliminate, if you like, the lowest vote receiving candidate in an instance where two candidates each share the lowest number of votes. So, for example, if two candidates had received one vote each, and those votes might be required to assist another councillor in getting an absolute majority, then that's when we would have a draw. But in this situation, the governance rules do not provide for anything other than an absolute majority vote for a candidate. Councillor Kirby, did you have a question? You're moving. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Cunningham. All those in favour? All those against? Motion is carried.
I call a division, please.
Yes, we can call a division. So I'll ask for those in favour again. Councillor Gamble, Councillor Kirby, Councillor Cunningham, Councillor Robbins. And those against? Councillor Phelan, Councillor Sharkey.
This vote, we've got all these people here, were here, and want to come back tomorrow. So I'm just saying that.
Thank
That's
you.
why I'm voting against. No,
Thank you,
I-
councillors.
Process that's in place, correct?
That concludes tonight's council meeting and tonight's election, and we will recommence tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I declare this meeting closed, with apologies to the gallery who have travelled, at 6:15 p.m. this evening. Thank you.